So Stephanie, thank you for agreeing to be interviewed today. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
I'm Stephanie. 19. I've been coming to this church for about 12 years, and I've just started uni.
Brilliant. Whereabouts in uni?
Edinburgh University.
Now, you've got a story about how you've witnessed God's love at work in your life.
Yeah.
Do you want to share that with us?
It really started like the last 2 years of high school. I'd always wanted to be a veterinarian, and I got good grades, but not the best grades. So I knew I wasn't going to get it. So I joined a program that would get me into like workplaces called Career Ready. And I was given a mentor called David, and he's really great. And for about a month, I would be taken into King's Buildings to work in the labs as a lab assistant, working on beetles and insects. So yeah, it was just to see if I wanted to go into biology instead. And I went for it. I was like, yes, I'm going to do biology. And I got a place for zoology and infectious diseases at Edinburgh. And then about 2 weeks before I was to start, I was terrified. And I couldn't do it. But I went to transition day. Just because maybe that was why I was frightened. Transition day came around and I was still terrified. And on the second day, I said, pray about it. Jesus will give you an answer. So I went in and I was stressed, obviously. So I like to doodle when I stress because I can't read anything. Reading is just an awful thing. I can read the words, but the words don't make sense. So there was me doodling some lovely pictures, not paying attention. Poor woman at the front just letting me go at it. And so I prayed during that time. And I realised I wasn't drawing anymore. I was writing words, and I couldn't read the words. So I was writing letters. So I kept it in my pocket because it might have been important. And I carried on doodling. And then in the car, I handed the note off to Agnes, who's my mum, wonderful person, love her. And she read the note, and it went, drop out of zoology, learn Korean, take English literature, and teach English as a second language in Korea. And that is just out of the blue. I was interested in like Korean movies at that time, not the language, not the culture, not moving there. And then suddenly here it is written on paper, and I was thrilled with it. Like I was so happy. I wasn't terrified. So I dropped out 2 weeks before I was supposed to start, got a job, learnt the language, a bit of it, and that's where I am now, a lot happier.
And you're back at university?
Yes, so that's me started English literature instead of zoology.
Wow, and how are you finding your classes?
They're very interesting, but because they're all online, I was a bit scared of how that would go, and although there was a couple of glitches, it went surprisingly well, and I'm enjoying it.
So you prayed about, you weren't sure about zoology and infectious diseases, and you prayed, and unbeknownst to you, you started writing this stuff down on a bit of paper.
Yeah.
So I take it you have a sense that God was guiding you there?
Yes, because there was fear when it came to zoology and the plan I had to like be a scientist. But when I thought of going to Korea, there was no fear. And I knew that there wasn't any fear in God, and the fact that I wasn't scared of going to a different country when I can't even go to the shops without getting a chum, like, says a lot.
So you've got a sense that that God might have that as a purpose for your life?
Yeah, so it wouldn't just be to teach English, because about a month or so after, I was told, right, go to South Korea, like, teach English. I kept on getting North Korea as well, but I know there's like North Korean defectors that go to South Korea, and I also know that I'm meant to help out there.
Wow, so that's incredible. That's amazing. And is there anything else that you'd like to share? Is there anything else on your heart to share just now?
Definitely pray about it. Like,
Right. So if you're not sure, pray.
pray about it. And like get a pencil and like piece of
Try
paper.
that.
You might need that.
Yeah, write down what you hear.
Mm.
Wow. That's amazing. Stephanie, thank you so much for sharing with us today.